G'day everyone, artist Wayne here, and I am back, hitting the trails of the Upper Hunter. This mist-filled bushland is not for the faint of heart, my fellow adventure riders, because this is Yowie country. So it was a good thing for me that this was a certified combat Wombat ride, and we would be joined by Bryce the farmer, who doesn't own a farm, but he does ride Tractor Tracy, although he wouldn't be riding Tractor Tracy today. So join me as I ride some trails I haven't done in years, and it all starts now. I was up super early for this ride and keen as mustard, even though today's forecast was 10 to 15 millimetres of rain, and I hate the rain. But as I headed towards the freeway, I had a good feeling we wouldn't get any. Naturally, it pissed down as I made my way towards Freeman's Waterhole. And being the fair weather rider I am, I was not happy. But as quickly as it started, it stopped. And I arrived at Freeman's Waterhole to meet up with the Combat Wombat and Bryce the farmer. I'm here with the Combat Wombat and Bryce the farmer, and the Combat Wombat's he's already done 3 nervous poos today.
Not true. It's 4.
Sorry, his jacket's so bright. Just remember that the Hunter Main Trail, this is Yowie country, so everyone be on your toes.
I'll be looking out. I'll have one eye on the road, one eye on the...
Because they like wombats.
Do they?
2 intrepid riders and 1 combat wombat jumped on the freeway and hurtled towards Jerry's Plains, the small village in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales, about 33 kilometres west of Singleton on the Golden Highway. A boring 1-hour ride, but at least it didn't rain. Our plan was to fuel up at Jerry's Plains and then ride the short distance to Apple Tree Flat to access the trails. What'd you say?
I'm going to do one more nervous poo.
We left the servo at Jerry's Plains, not before averting a little bit of drama when I forgot I left my camelback on the rear of my bike and it almost got caught in my chain. Thanks to Bryce the farmer, it didn't. So we headed over to Apple Tree Flat, where we needed to access 2 gates before hitting the trails. Dirt trails and tracks which would take us all the way to Laguna. The Combat Wombat riding his BMW GSF 900. Of course, I was riding my mighty Yamaha Tenere 700. And Bryce the farmer, who normally rides Tractor Tracy, well, his weapon of choice for today's ride was his KTM 690. So now we could ride. I cannot tell you how excited I was, boys and girls. 1, to finally be back on the bike. 2, to have finally hit the dirt tracks. And 3, well, I had finally replaced my bald tyres with brand new rubber. You see, wife Jackie and I have been renovating a house in Tamworth for the past 3 months. So when I finally got the chance to head back down to the Central Coast, I made sure to stop in and visit the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Brett Blackshaw from Adventure Bike Specialists. The place to go for all your adventure riding needs. Just tell him I sent you and he'll put a 25% tariff on all of his already cheap motorcycle gear. Now before this ride even started, the Combat Wombat was really worried, hence all the nervous poos. You see, he reckons he had a gut feeling that something bad was going to happen. I'm not a superstitious bloke, but talk like that can put one on edge. Anyhow, at the end of the day, he didn't need to worry because he was in good hands. I've never left a rider behind. Actually, when I think about it, it has happened. But we didn't know we'd lost him, so does it really count? after some early morning rain on a ride where it was forecast for the whole day. We couldn't want for better riding conditions. The temperature was just right and there was no dust.
Did you want to get in front of me?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't want to hold you up.
Oh, I'm just riding. I just enjoy riding.
It's a beautiful day. Look at the blue skies. Lovely. It's not raining. It's cool. It's the best weather as usual. How far up is that track? I remember it being closer. They must have moved it. Not the main trail? Yeah. Oh, it's a long road. There's no need to swear. There's no need to swear, Wombat. I didn't say anything swearing. Kids watch these videos.
Before we knew it, we had almost arrived at the Hunter Main Trail. However, after all the talk about how good the weather was, well, it decided to rain. And lucky for the combat Wombat, I kept some toilet paper from Freeman's waterhole. Not for another nervous poo, but something else.
Do you want to wipe your camera? Do you want some paper? Yeah. That's the camera. I took it out this morning. Obvious. What's this for? Just your camera. I don't care if you can see or not. Just go easy. It's wet. It's slippery. Helicopters aren't going to come and get us today.
See, the Wombat really was worried about something happening, as we were now riding the famous Hunter Main Trail, part of the Great North Road, the 240-kilometre convict-built road connecting Sydney and the Hunter Valley. It was constructed between 1826 and 1834, and it still features original stone infrastructure. And this road is way better than the pothole-ridden tar roads of the Central Coast. Sheepskin Hut, a campground in Wollemi National Park, New South Wales. It's named after a structure built by drovers in the late 1800s, later rebuilt in the 1920s, and serves as a scenic spot for four-wheel drives and motorcycle adventurers. Hey, that's us!
I haven't been sheep here for years, but I can still smell the sheep dung. Oh no, wait a minute, that's the Wombat. Musty smell. Wonder if it's been rebuilt or if this is totally original.
Back on track, because we still had a long way to go. The rain had once again stopped as we made our way down into some misty, Yowie infested valleys. it's on this trail that you used to be able to, back in the day, ride all the way to Royalston via the Dun Swamp campground. I've spoken to riders that used to do it, but ever since I've been riding, the whole place has been gated. In fact, one day my mate Mad Mal the bin chicken and I rode in to have a look, and we found the first gate was unlocked. We thought we'd hit the lottery. But about a K further down the road, there was a gate and fence that was built to keep King Kong out. So unfortunately there's no doing that track, but what a ride that must have been. I have a feeling this is where they found what was thought to be extinct Wallamai pine, so they locked the whole thing up. Anyway, on today's ride I was trying to find that track, but I wasn't having any luck at all.
Oh, it's just started to rain, so the Wombat's pulled in here where, because we're fair weather riders, we don't go out in the rain.
As quickly as the rain would start, it would stop. But in some of the areas we came to, you could tell that clearly there had been some heavy downfall. So maybe we were lucky in just following the rain and staying out of it. However, it did make for some very slippery conditions. Since leaving the Sheepskin Hut, the three of us had now travelled just over 40 kilometres, and once we reached the Baxter Junction, there was a bit of a discussion on which direction we should travel. Our plan was to ride to Putty Road and then across the Yengo National Park all the way to Laguna. However, the Combat Wombat wanted to go separate ways.
Yeah, it broke.
It's only 10 k's further down the road. Yeah, well, you come with us. Don't ride in the bush on your own.
I don't think the Combat Wombat realised that statistically here in Australia, you are more susceptible to a Yowie or drop bear attack when riding solo. I thought everybody knew that. I mean, we've known it since the caveman days. There's safety in numbers. I mean, Australia is infamous for its dangerous animals. With more deadly snakes than any other country worldwide, it isn't surprising. And although sharks, spiders and snakes get the majority of bad press, it's actually the Yowies and drop bears that are responsible for many of our missing tourists. Anyhow, it didn't take the three of us long and we were on the Putty Road. And the Combat Wombat was still adamant that he was leaving us.
The brown Wombat is going to head to the Bulga pub. He's had enough. They won't be serving lunch and he'll think, oh, I wish I'd have come with Wayne and Bryce.
So we parted ways and Bryce and I rode the short distance on the Putty Road and jumped into the wild and wet Yengo National Park. Now, we didn't get any rain for the rest of the day, but you could tell they'd had some heavy rain in here. It was wet. So I couldn't help but think how lucky we were. We'd seemed to dodge the heavy rain all day. However, this ride was not without some drama. I mean, when is there ever a ride without drama? You see, the closer we came to Laguna, the louder a knocking sound I could hear on my bike. And even though I continued turning my music up so I couldn't hear it, well, the noise was getting louder and louder. Anyway, I did what I normally do and I just ignored it. I mean, if it was something really bad, it'd end up falling off my bike and then I'd find out what it was. As Bryce the farmer and I drew closer to the end of the Yengo trail, the noise coming from my bike got so annoying I had to pull over and check it out. And when I did, the only thing I could find was a loose crash bar due to a broken weld. Now I don't know how on earth that could have happened because I've never dropped my bike, ever. But maybe that's where the noise was coming from.
Making a rattle. I thought it was my head.
Was that it for the drama today? No, not at all, because I was about to lose my camera.
That was close.
I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's... I can hear a noise like a f***ing... I let my clutch out, it goes bang, 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 bang.
Well, I can tell you now it wasn't my crash bar making the noise, and I wouldn't find out what it was until my next ride, when my mate Nicky P would discover the problem. But to find out what it was, you'll have to wait for the next video, on a ride where I dropped my bike several times in the wild and wet Wadigan State Forest. So until then, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, because I'm artist Wayne Dowsent, and thanks for watching everyone.